So we are going to be discussing HTML tags, and HTML tags are element names surrounded by angle brackets. In HTML, we have start tag and end tag. Alright, in HTML we start and we end tag. Alright, so now this example is simply explaining everything we're going to be doing in HTML tag. Alright, so now here we have our basic structure laid out, whereby we have the doc type HTML, the head, the doc type, meaning document type HTML. We declare the document type to be HTML5, and we have the HTML that includes everything in the web page. Then we have the head that defines the web page. We have the body that contains the content. Then we have the title that gives the name to the web page. Alright, we have the title here to be HTML tag, and we have a paragraph, the opening paragraph P, then the closing paragraph P. Alright, so in it we have the element content which says hello, welcome to Codelight Academy. So this is a simple format of HTML. Alright, this is simple format of HTML. So the tags here, paragraph. That's our main objective here. Alright, we have the opening paragraph, we have the closing paragraph. Okay, so in the next slide, we're going to explain what the start and the end tag is. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so the start tag, also called the opening or open tag. Example, paragraph, bold, italics. We'll get into tags later. So I'm just basically using these three, which is paragraph, bold, and italics. Okay, so the start tag, this opening tag, is what we use to open a tag. Alright, then we have the end tag. It's also called the ending tag, or end tag, or closing tag, or close tag. Just pick any one you want out of the four. Alright, so now we need to understand that the difference between the start tag and the close tag is the slash. Alright, the difference there is just the slash. It's just the start tag is used to open a tag, the end tag is used to close the tag. So we close the tag by using slash. Okay, alright, with that explained, let's move on. We have saving HTML file. You need to save HTML file by using the .html file extension. Okay, we use the .html file extension. For example, my webpage.html. If you don't have your file with the .html extension, you won't be able to run it on browser. Do you understand the aspect? Okay, if you don't have your HTML file saved with the extension .html file, you won't be able to load it on your browser. Now, also, let's take it as a note, or let's jot down this. We must have an home page in our web page, and our home page must be saved as index.html. Okay, our home page must be saved as index.html. So I'm going to be explaining how we can save HTML file. I'm going to practicalize it in a short while. Stay with us. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. Previously in our HTML crash course playlist, I explained the introduction to HTML tag, and how you can save HTML file. So today I'm going to be taking you guys on the practical aspects on how you can save your HTML file and write HTML code. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start off with creating and saving HTML file. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to open my file explorer. I usually save most of my HTML file or my project in my desktop in a folder called the coding folder. So I'm going to open that up. Now I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to name it HTML crash course. Alright, we have that saved. So now that we have it created, our folder created, there's a short form for creating a folder that is Ctrl Shift and N. Right, so our folder is created. So now we need to open our editor. Now we have our editor opened. Okay, The name of the editor I'm using is VS Code. In full Visual Studio Code. I'm going to drop the download link for the editor in the description below. Moving on, we will have to open our folder in VS Code. So I'm just going to do that real quick. So I save it in my desktop, coding folders, then scroll down through to HTML crash course, then save, select folders. Now we have our folder open up in our editor. So the next thing I'm going to do is we have an easy way of opening our HTML file or creating our HTML file in VS Code. So what I'm just going to do is just come here, click on this, create a new file, then I'll give the file name, let me say index.html. So the dots is signifying the extension, and you can see that already signify that this is an HTML code with the icon here. So I'm just going to tab on this, then create the files. Now we've created our HTML file. There is another process or another way of creating a new file, which is going to the file, creating a new file, or you click Ctrl N, then Ctrl S, then you have the pop-up, then you input the name of the file. Let me just show you. Ctrl N first, then Ctrl S next, then the Ctrl S, which is save. Ctrl N is to create new file, Ctrl S is to save. Then we have this option. Then see, we have in our crash course folder here already. So the next thing is change this to all files. Then you input the name.html. Alright, so that's easy. Then once you've input the name, click on save. Alright, so that's how you basically save and create HTML file. Or let me rephrase my word, create and save HTML file. Alright.